Oyster factories are busy places. The hustle and bustle of workers moving around, the clinking of machinery and the constant flow of oysters being processed create a unique symphony of activity. These factories are the heart of the oyster industry, where the journey of these shellfish from the ocean to your plate begins. The sheer scale of operations is mind-boggling, with workers meticulously sorting, cleaning and preparing oysters for distribution. It's a place where precision meets hard work, ensuring that every oyster meets the highest standards of quality and freshness. Imagine this, 10 tons of oysters every single day. That's the amount processed in some of these factories. To put it into perspective, that's equivalent to the weight of about 5 average-sized cars. It's an incredible feat of logistics and manpower. Each oyster is carefully handled to ensure it reaches consumers in perfect condition. The sheer volume is a testament to the popularity and demand for these delectable shellfish. From gourmet restaurants to home kitchens, oysters are a sought-after delicacy, and these factories work tirelessly to meet that demand. That's a mountain of shellfish. Just imagine the effort required to harvest, transport, and process such a massive quantity. The journey of an oyster from the ocean to the factory is a fascinating one. It starts with skilled fishermen who brave the elements to harvest these treasures from the sea. Once collected, the oysters are transported to the factory, where the real work begins. It's a process that involves multiple stages, each crucial to ensuring the oysters are safe and delicious to eat. These factories take fresh oysters from the ocean and get them ready to eat. The first step is unloading the freshly harvested oysters, which are then sorted by size and quality. This initial sorting is vital, as it determines the next steps in the processing line. High-quality oysters are earmarked for raw consumption, while others may be destined for cooking or canning. The sorting process is both an art and a science, requiring a keen eye and a deep understanding of the product. It's a big job, and it takes a lot of hard work. Shucking oysters, for instance, is a skill that takes time to master. Workers use specialized tools to carefully open each shell without damaging the delicate meat inside. It's a task that requires precision and strength, as well as a deep respect for the product. The processing line is a well-oiled machine, with each worker playing a crucial role in ensuring the oysters are handled with care and efficiency. It's a team effort, with everyone working together to achieve a common goal. Oysters are not just delicious, they're big business. The oyster industry supports thousands of jobs and contributes significantly to the economy. From commercial oyster farming to the intricate processing lines in factories, every step of the journey involves skilled labor and advanced technology. The industry is constantly evolving, with innovations aimed at improving efficiency and sustainability. It's a dynamic field that combines tradition with modernity, ensuring that oysters remain a beloved delicacy for generations to come. From the ocean to your plate, many people work to bring you these tasty treats. The supply chain is a complex network that involves fishermen, factory workers, transporters, and retailers. Each link in the chain is vital, ensuring that the oysters are fresh and safe to eat. The journey is a testament to human ingenuity and dedication, with each person playing a crucial role in delivering a high-quality product. It's a collaborative effort that spans multiple stages and locations, all aimed at bringing the best oysters to consumers. This is the story of how it all happens, from tiny oyster seeds to your dinner table. The life cycle of an oyster is a remarkable journey that begins with tiny seeds, nurtured in hatcheries until they are ready to be transferred to the ocean. Here, they grow and mature, feeding on plankton and filtering the water. Once they reach the right size, they are harvested and transported to factories for processing. It's a journey that takes months, sometimes years, and involves a delicate balance of natural processes and human intervention. Let's get our hands dirty and see how it's done. The final stages of processing involve cleaning, shucking, and packaging the oysters. Workers don protective gear and use specialized tools to handle the oysters with care. It's a hands-on process that requires skill and attention to detail. Each oyster is inspected to ensure it meets quality standards before being packed and shipped to markets and restaurants. The journey from ocean to plate is a fascinating one, filled with hard work, dedication, and a passion for delivering the best oysters to consumers. Every oyster starts small, really small. We're talking about tiny seeds, like grains of sand. These seeds grow in special nurseries, kind of like underwater gardens. The nurseries protect the baby oysters. They get food and grow strong. After a few months, the young oysters are ready for the open ocean. Farmers carefully move the young oysters to bigger beds in the sea. Here, they grow for months or even years, feeding on natural plankton in the water. Harvesting oysters is tough work. Imagine being on a boat all day, pulling up heavy cages of oysters from the ocean floor. It's physically demanding, but these workers are used to it. They use special tools and equipment to make the job a little easier. Once the boat is full of oysters, it's time to head back to the factory. The clock is ticking to keep the oysters fresh and safe to eat. The factory is buzzing with activity. The first step is cleaning and sorting the oysters. Machines and workers remove dirt, debris, and any oysters that aren't big enough. It's important to sort the oysters by size and quality. The best oysters will be sold fresh, while others might be used for different products. Every oyster is checked carefully. Only the best make it to the next stage. Section 5. Shucking time. Handcrafted deliciousness. Shucking oysters is an art. Skilled workers use special knives to pop open the shells quickly and safely. It takes practice and a lot of hand-eye coordination. Some factories use machines to help with shucking, especially when dealing with tons of oysters. But even with machines, human hands are needed for quality control. The shucked oysters are rinsed again and checked one last time before moving on to packaging. Section 6. Packaging for freshness. Keeping oysters safe. Keeping oysters fresh is crucial. The factory uses special packaging to keep the oysters cold and protected. Some oysters are sold in their shells, while others are packaged without shells for convenience. Either way, the goal is the same. Get the freshest oysters possible to the customer. The packaged oysters are loaded onto trucks and shipped to restaurants and stores. Section 7. Challenges of the oyster business. The oyster business isn't easy. It requires a lot of dedication, hard work, and resilience. Oyster farmers face numerous challenges on a daily basis, from environmental factors to market demands. Each day brings a new set of obstacles that need to be overcome to ensure a successful harvest. Weather can be unpredictable, affecting the growth and harvest of oysters. Storms, heavy rains, and rough seas can damage oyster beds and disrupt the delicate balance needed for oysters to thrive. Farmers must constantly monitor weather patterns and be prepared to take action to protect their crops. Water quality is also important for healthy oysters. Pollutants and changes in water temperature can have a significant impact on oyster health. Regular testing and monitoring of water conditions are essential to ensure that the oysters are growing in a safe and healthy environment. This requires a deep understanding of marine biology and environmental science. Oyster farmers have to be vigilant about protecting their crops from disease and predators. Diseases can spread quickly and devastate entire oyster populations. Predators such as crabs and starfish can also pose a threat. Farmers use various methods to protect their oysters, including nets and regular inspections to catch any issues early. And of course, running a factory has its own challenges, from managing workers to keeping up with food safety regulations. The processing and packaging of oysters must meet strict standards to ensure they are safe for consumption. This involves rigorous quality control and constant oversight to maintain high standards. But despite the challenges, these hardworking people are passionate about bringing fresh, delicious oysters to your plate. Their dedication and love for their work shine through in every oyster they harvest. It's a labor of love that requires patience, skill, and a deep connection to the sea. The next time you enjoy a plate of oysters, remember the effort and care that went into bringing them to your table. Section 8. Oysters mean jobs, the economic impact. Oyster farming and processing create jobs. This industry is a vital part of many coastal economies, providing employment opportunities for thousands of people. From the early morning hours when workers head out to the farms, to the late nights in the processing plants, the oyster industry is a bustling hub of activity. From the folks who work on the boats, navigating the waters and harvesting the oysters, to the skilled hands that sort and clean them, every step is crucial. These workers often face challenging conditions, braving the elements to ensure a steady supply of oysters. To the people in the factory, who meticulously process and package the oysters, ensuring they meet the highest standards of quality and safety. These factory workers play a pivotal role in maintaining the integrity of the product, making sure that every oyster that reaches the consumer is fresh and delicious. It takes a lot of hands to get oysters from the ocean to your table. The journey of an oyster is a complex one, involving multiple stages and a variety of skilled workers. From the initial harvesting to the final packaging, Each step is carefully coordinated to ensure efficiency and quality. These jobs support families and communities. The income generated from oyster farming and processing helps to sustain local economies, providing financial stability for many households. In many coastal towns, the oyster industry is a cornerstone of the community, fostering a sense of pride and tradition. And the demand for oysters is growing, driven by their popularity in culinary circles and their reputation as a sustainable seafood choice. As more people discover the delicious taste and health benefits of oysters, the industry continues to expand, creating even more job opportunities, which means more jobs and a stronger economy. The growth of the oyster industry has a ripple effect, boosting related sectors such as transportation, retail, and hospitality. This economic growth helps to revitalize coastal communities, attracting new businesses and investments. So next time you enjoy a delicious oyster, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication that went into bringing it to your plate. Each oyster represents the efforts of many individuals, from the farmers and fishermen to the factory workers and distributors. Remember the hard work that went into getting it there. The next time you savor the briny, fresh taste of an oyster, think about the journey it took and the many hands that made it possible. The oyster industry is not just about food, it's about people, communities, and livelihoods. Section 9. The future of oyster farming. Oyster farming is changing with new technologies and sustainable practices. Farmers are finding ways to grow even more oysters while protecting the environment. Some farms use robots to help with tasks like cleaning and sorting. Others are exploring new ways to grow oysters vertically, using less space and resources. The future of oyster farming is bright. With innovation and hard work, we can enjoy delicious, sustainable oysters for generations to come.